There comes a point in life when the relationship between parents and their adult children begins to shift. You've spent years raising them, guiding them, sacrificing for their future. But one day, you notice something's different. They no longer seek your advice. They brush off your opinions. Maybe they even talk to you with condescension, or worse, make you feel like a burden. And that hurts. If your children have started treating you with less respect than you deserve, you're not alone. It's natural to feel frustrated, even angry. You may want to remind them of everything you've done, the decades you put them first. But here's the thing, anger doesn't restore respect. In fact, it usually pushes it further away. There's a better way. Today, I'll walk you through 6 powerful strategies to reclaim your dignity and earn back the respect of your children, without arguments, without guilt, and without resentment. Let's get started. Step 1. Stop chasing their approval. One of the most common mistakes older parents make is trying too hard to gain their children's approval. You might find yourself always saying yes, putting your own needs aside, hoping they'll notice your efforts and show more appreciation. But the truth is, chasing their approval often has the opposite effect. Respect isn't earned through sacrifice. It's earned through self-respect. When you constantly put their needs ahead of yours, you silently teach them that your feelings come second. And that's when they begin to take you for granted. I once knew a woman named Margaret. She had always been strong and independent. But as she aged, she began letting her children make all the decisions. She suppressed her opinions and rearranged her life around their demands. "I just want to keep the peace," she once said. But in doing so, she lost her voice, and eventually, their respect. So instead of striving to please, start setting boundaries. Say no when you need to. Speak your truth, even if it's uncomfortable. Because the moment you show that you respect yourself, your children will begin to do the same. Step 2. Don't argue, lead by example. When your children talk over you, dismiss your words, or act like your input doesn't matter, your gut reaction might be to argue, to fight for their respect. But respect can't be demanded. It must be inspired. Take it from Frank, a retired teacher whose adult kids started treating him like he had nothing valuable to say. At first, he tried arguing. He pushed back. But the more he fought, the worse things got. Then Frank tried something new. He stopped reacting with anger. He started listening more, speaking less, but with confidence and calm. And his children noticed. They began seeing him as the composed, wise man he'd always been. Not someone fighting for validation, but someone who already had it. If you're met with disrespect, don't stoop to their level. Carry yourself with dignity. Let your presence speak louder than your words. In time, they'll mirror your grace. Step 3. Let go of emotional dependency. As parents, we naturally want our children to love and appreciate us. But when that desire turns into emotional dependency, it shifts the power in the relationship. People, yes, even your children, respect those who are emotionally self-sufficient. I once knew Helen, a loving mother who found herself waiting by the phone every day, hoping her kids would call. When they didn't, she called them again and again, reminding them how much she missed them. But instead of drawing them closer, it pushed them away. Then she stopped. She focused on herself. She started new hobbies, made new friends, and began living life on her own terms. And something amazing happened. Her children started calling more often. Not out of guilt, but because they admired the vibrant life she was building. The takeaway: when you stop depending on your children for emotional fulfillment, they start valuing you more, because they see strength, not neediness. Step 4. Set boundaries, and enforce them. Children don't lose respect for their parents overnight. It often happens because the parents don't set clear boundaries. If your kids speak to you dismissively, ignore your needs, or cross the line, and you say nothing, you're silently telling them it's okay. Setting boundaries isn't about creating distance. It's about defining what's acceptable and what's not. Robert, a retired businessman, learned this the hard way. His adult kids often criticized him and disregarded his input. He tolerated it for years, until he realized silence was feeding their behavior. So he made a change. When interrupted, he calmly said, "I'll speak when you're ready to listen." When dismissed, he stated, "You don't have to agree, but you do have to be respectful." He didn't yell. He didn't argue. But he stood firm. And over time, his children started treating him differently. They saw that their father wouldn't tolerate disrespect, not out of anger, but out of self-respect. If you feel disrespected, ask yourself, have I allowed this? And if so, what needs to change? Step 5. Don't give without gratitude. Generosity without appreciation quickly becomes expectation. Many parents give endlessly, their time, money, attention, hoping for thanks that never comes. George was one of those parents. Always available, always giving. But when he needed help, his kids were nowhere to be found. So, George stopped giving automatically. He waited until they asked. He stopped sacrificing his needs. And when he said, no, he meant it. At first, they were shocked. But eventually they understood. His help wasn't a right. It was a gift. If your kindness is taken for granted, take a step back. Because when generosity is paired with boundaries, it regains its value. Step 6. Build a life beyond them. One of the most powerful ways to earn your children's respect is to show them you don't revolve around them. It's easy to make them the center of your world. But if they see you as someone with no passions, no purpose, no interests, they may start seeing you as a responsibility, not a person. Eleanor, a widow in her 70s, poured all her energy into her adult children. She called every day, offered advice they didn't ask for, hovered, hoping to fill the void left by her late husband. It only pushed them away. Then she made a change. She joined a book club, started traveling, volunteered in her community, and suddenly, her children were curious, interested, even inspired. Why? Because they saw her as someone full of life, not someone waiting for theirs. If your world revolves around your children, it may be time to recenter your life around yourself. Respect doesn't come from demand. It comes from how you carry yourself, how you set limits, and how you live your life. If your children are treating you with less consideration, don't waste energy getting angry. Shift your approach. Stop chasing approval, because the less you seek it, the more you'll get it. Led by example, because dignity commands attention. Let go of emotional dependency, because strength inspires respect. Set boundaries, because they teach others how to treat you. Don't give without gratitude, because love is mutual, not one-sided. And finally, build a full, rich life, because independence is powerful. In time, your children will see you differently, not as someone needing their validation, but as someone worthy of their deepest respect. If you found value in this video, leave a comment and share one insight that resonated with you. Your thoughts truly matter. And if you haven't already, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a chance to grow with us. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.